next speaker is Elizabeth Stelle from the Commonwealth Foundation. Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming out tonight.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, members of the working group, thank you for allowing the Commonwealth Foundation to participate in this hearing tonight about the importance of returning the House to work. And especially thank you to Representative Schemmel, who I know drove quite some distance to get here, and we appreciate that, coming to Pittsburgh. I'm Elizabeth Stelle. I'm the Director of Policy for Commonwealth Foundation. We are Pennsylvania's free market think tank. We work with the legislature every day to advance policies that help all Pennsylvanians flourish. We urge you to quickly return to session and get back to work. You can have legislative session, do the work of the people, and continue with things like listening tours and hearings. They are not mutually exclusive. The people of Pennsylvania elected the representatives to legislate, and they expect you to get to the business of legislating. The House has a long and storied history, over 300 years, of bipartisanship and compromise. Your desire for bipartisanship is commendable, but we're concerned that that failing to convene a session is actually fueling the divide, making things more partisan. And instead of bringing members together, it is pulling them apart. Instead of building bridges, it is leading to more frustration. And while total consensus on the rules is elusive, there is an urgent need for leadership and a willingness to move forward right now. Voting individually by each seated member present in the chamber is how the House has always settled disagreements, and they can do so again. Refusing to hold a vote on rules is wasting time and resources, focusing on the dysfunction in Harrisburg instead of the issues that actually affect our daily lives, the things that will make our lives better. No rules means no justice for the victims of sexual abuse. No rules means no voter ID to protect the integrity of our elections. No regulatory reform, no relief for the tens of thousands of children that are trapped in failing schools across the Commonwealth. No opportunity to make Pennsylvania a more attractive place to live and work. The pursuit of this listening tour is drowning out the voices of Pennsylvanians eager to make their voices heard through the time-tried democratic process of representative government. If you want to hear what voters think, let their elected representatives vote. While we appreciate the invitation, we all know that it's impossible for you to hear from every Pennsylvanian today, or even every organization. The best way to hear from the people is to let the House operate, to get the House back to work. And finally, I want to address another important way that you can hear the voices of Pennsylvanians right away. I'm asking you to allow a vote on Senate Bill 1. Critics are playing politics with this bill so that the Commonwealth voters cannot vote yes or no on each individual important constitutional amendment. These policies have been approved by bipartisan majorities in both chambers of the legislature over years. This is not a rush job. The election integrity and regulatory protection measures included in Senate Bill 1 passed the legislature in December of 2021. They've both been the topics of hearings, and 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, the PA Senate once again approved these constitutional amendments while taking a necessary action to advance for the justice of sexual abuse victims, correcting a previous administration's error. The final vote in the chamber that you lead, Speaker, is the only thing standing in the way of Pennsylvania voters being able to make their voices heard separately on each of these important matters. Allowing a vote on Senate Bill 1 does not enact the underlying constitutional amendments, but it clears the way for voters to decide. It's time to let these long-considered bipartisan and popular measures come up for a vote in the House. It's time to let the voters decide, and insisting that they can't separate these questions is actually, proven, I think, wrong here today by people who are so concerned about rules that they're checking out on a night in January. So we can carefully consider these issues. We want to see them on our ballots as soon as possible. So please let the people's representatives work and let the people vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.